Just when you think you have a plan, albeit a very sketchy plan, everything gets thrown out the window.
I
All
love it.
right. And here's the thing, Meech. Here's the thing. I'm too busy. I got to say, I'm sitting here in my house. I'm in Ocean City, down the shore. Came down here today. I had it all set up on Goodhart's deck. It looked great. The winds were like 20 miles an hour. So I was like, I don't know if it's going to work, but the internet's not working. So I'm scrambling. I'm here at my house now. I'm all frazzled. I look at my phone. I see Jaylen Brown traded to the Sixers. And I'm like, I can't even deal with I don't even know what I'm doing right now. So I'm all flustered, Beach. You know what? This episode was supposed to be about how everything is on fire
Yeah,
in the city of Philadelphia. And I guess it just feeds right into that.
it just keeps going. This is a good flustered to be, right? I got a text
Unbelievable.
from my son that said it just said Jaylen Brown with exclamations, and I kind of figured it was to the Sixers because why the hell would he care about Jaylen Brown? But also, my son gets fooled by so many fake accounts and fake trades.
What's the
that I
guy?
couldn't
Ball
believe
Sack
it.
Sports?
Yeah, so I had to go. Right. Yeah, he's a Ball Sack Sports follower, I think. So I had to verify it myself, and Shams fucking tweeted it. I can't believe it. Like it makes no sense to me why the Celtics would do this, but they fleeced us so many times. I got to think that they know something that we don't. But
This is a dumb
Brown's
question,
an
Beach.
incredible player, and he's a great scorer, man.
Is Danny Ainge still in control over there? I actually don't know.
It's their old coach, the head coach of Butler. What the frig's his name?
Oh yeah. The guy, yes. Geez, how do we not know this dude's name? Brad something.
Brad Stevens. Yes.
Dang,
There we
piece
go.
it together.
Thanks.
Love
Thanks
it.
for helping me out there.
Yeah.
I
Because I
remember.
figured if Danny Ainge was still involved, then we were totally getting screwed. You know what I mean? There's just no question about it. All right. We're calling this now I'm literally reposting this. The Jaylen Brown episode is happening right now. A lot of Jalen's in the city of Philadelphia, dude.
There's a lot of Jalen's everywhere.
Yes, that's right.
Did you ever see that the TikTok video about all the Jalen's in the NBA?
No, you gotta send them my way.
Dude did a rap song about all the Jalen's in the NBA. It's hilarious.
Beautiful.
Like it was a total parody, but it was funny.
So, Meech, can you break this down for me? Because I literally didn't see exactly what happened. So, Jaylen Brown for Paul George, and then two
first round picks and then a second round pick. I'll be honest with you. I was literally at the swim club at a half hour ago when this went down, and I'm scrambling myself. I don't even care what the draft picks are, to be honest with you. What's it, some future 12-year-old in the 2033 draft? Like, who gives a shit? I don't care. Next year should be kind of fun. We got Tyrese back, VJ. We got Phylon. We just drafted. Embiid. I mean, hopefully we get something out of him. And Jaylen Brown. Like, that's a lot of scoring, man. I mean, for a league that is so guard heavy now, I mean, it's looking good for us.
Now, how big is Jaylen Brown?
Is he like 6'8"?
Okay, so he's really considered kind of like a 4, 3, 4.
He's a small forward, basically.
But it is interesting.
He basically plays the same position that Paul George. Paul George did.
Yeah, but he's much more physical than Paul George. Yeah, and by the way, can we just make sure? Like, I think as much
6'6".
Okay, for a time we were all kind of like, Paul George, this was terrible. I think we got to give him a little bit of a attaboy on the way out the door.
Yeah, that ketamine break did him well. That 25-game ketamine break, that was pretty nice.
But he played hard for us, and he had some great moments, and respect to Paul George. That said, I think Jaylen Brown, is the direction we want to go, and he did appear to be
nuts too. Like, he's so weird and out there. I love it.
That's the thing. That's the only question. Is he so crazy? Okay, thank you. My son's bothering me. So this is the problem. Okay, thank you. a much more physical player. Um, in this NBA, to your point, where everybody's trying to run and gun with multiple guards, and not to say that he's exclusively a guard, though, you got to think this is a great thing. And I feel like they had to do something like this. They had to shake
Yeah.
it up. And obviously, Boston was just sick of his crap, right? That's the only explanation.
I don't know. Like, what crap? They won, what, 2 titles with him? Or, I mean, what crap are you sick of? He was
Well,
like the 5th leading scorer in the league last year. He carried the team when Jason Tatum tore his Achilles and was like he was a legit MVP candidate at the end of the year.
okay. Is this analogous at all to the AJ Brown situation? Just hear me out, okay? You got a guy highly productive, top, I don't know, 5, 10 players at his position in the entire league, but for some reason, it just isn't working out anymore. Like the vibes are off, and you've got other guys on your team that are great players and big personalities. And you decide it sucks to get rid of this guy, but it's for the best anyway. Like I feel like we took advantage of that moment a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, are you calling Paul George for the best? That's another guy. He's always injured. You can't really rely on him. He might do good up there. He's going to shoot a ton of threes in Boston, but he's not gonna give him the same impact as Jaylen Brown would.
No,
I
I'm
don't know if
saying
this is just like
Jalen
a rebuild.
Brown. Jalen Brown is the AJ Brown in this situation. They both happen to have the last name Brown, which is slightly confusing. I'm saying up there, they were like, we love, this guy's a great player, but this isn't going to work. You know what I mean? It's the only explanation, right? I mean, because Paul George, as well as he may have played in that stretch, I feel like everybody can kind of agree, and rightfully so, that I don't want to say he's cooked. That's not fair, but he definitely is towards the tail end, right? How old is Paul George? Do you happen to know? It's got to be much older
I'd
than
say
Jalen Brown, right?
33.
Right,
I'd say
which doesn't
33,
sound like a
something like that.
lot.
Jaylen Brown's probably
Okay,
28, 29 years old.
he's
4 years is a huge
28.
difference. 28.
5 years, half a decade. Yes, that is a big difference. Um, yeah.
So
All right.
are
Well,
you trying to say that Philadelphia and Boston swapped head cases named Brown?
the funny thing is, like, I don't know. I think each of these guys are like functional head cases, and I think both of them just got tired of their circumstances. And so, like, I could see both these guys. I could see AJ Brown playing great in New
Yeah.
England. I could see Jalen Brown playing great in Philadelphia. I just think, neither of them took their behavior so far as to like disrupt the entire team. Neither of them seem to be disliked by their team. Now, I don't know about Jalen Brown, his relationship with Tatum, that whole thing, but man, when Tatum was out, Jalen Brown looked every bit of you know, the dude. He
Yeah.
really stepped
A
up, right? They had a
legit MVP candidate.
right, and but for the fact that Tatum came back, right? It would have been completely the Jalen Brown story. So just a
It'll be interesting how Nurse plays these guys because he couldn't find a way to play 3 guards together before. So how's he going to play Maxey, Edgecombe, Brown, and Phylon? Like, you're going to. But again, depth is what's winning in the NBA right now. Like, you look at all the teams that were down, at the end. They were all deep. They were playing 9 guys that could come and light you up. Look at like Landry Shamet and you know
Shamit.
he just got
Crazy.
a pay like he re-signed with the Knicks for less than he would have gotten elsewhere. Just I
Okay,
guess
so
they
they
felt
signed
loyal to him.
him. They signed Alvarado, right?
Did they re-sign Alvarado?
I think they did. I thought I heard
I didn't
that. I
even
could
know
be
he was a
wrong.
free agent.
I'm not up on the Knicks beat, but I did hear that on the radio. I thought, but they
They lost
re-signed those
Mitchell
two guys.
Robinson to the Celtics.
I heard that. Well, it's funny. So I told you this before, and we had my boy Rusty on from New York. On my predominantly New York text chain, there is a Boston guy, and they are crapping on him right now, right? And there's like, and the one guy from New York said, everybody's just so desperate to keep up with the Knicks. And I'm like, you guys, I mean, look, they're still in the glow of the championship. I can't hate on that. But they were basically saying, like, damn, with Mitchell Robinson there, we thought that was kind of good. That might be a problem, but now you're going to ship Jalen Brown down to the Sixers. What's going on? It's been wild in the NBA, man. A lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, it's a
What if
crazy
hey,
offseason. Yeah, like here's the thing. Like LeBron, what if he looks
I
at
was just gonna
Philly?
say.
Yeah, what if
I
he looks
was
at
just
Philly? He's
gonna
like, yo, I could
say.
play with these 4 guys,
No.
and he barely has to do anything.
Yo, those 4 guys and Embiid, if like he's on the court at all, that would be crazy.
It would be insane. It would be
Man,
fun
just
next
when
year, I'll tell you that.
and I gotta be honest, I was not ready to talk about basketball,
Absolutely
and
not.
I had put aside the part of my, emotional self that where the Sixers reside, and now I'm just a little bit flustered by the whole thing. But I'll tell you this, watching these trades go down over the past couple days and like after the Knicks winning, I was a little bit like, this sucks so bad. Like the Sixers aren't a part of this, and we got these old guys. And what are we gonna do? So shout out to the new ownership, or I guess the new executives for
Mike
uh
Gansey, West Virginia.
yeah, I mean, people thought you couldn't do anything with the Paul George and Embiid contracts, and this is definitely something.
Yeah, and they have a chance to reunite LeBron James and D Wade. We just signed
Yo,
Dean Wade from the Cavaliers today.
can you please talk to me about this? Like, so that was the precursor to this, and everyone's like, "Who is this guy?" And like, I see people saying like, "This is a great thing. This is a great fit." I don't claim, by the way, to be an NBA guy that watches all type. I predominantly watch Sixers games, so I don't claim to know everybody. But
He's a
even
good player. He'll be a great 6-man. I guess he's going to be coming off the bench, but yeah, he's cool. He's not. He can drain a 3, play defense. He's a good player.
okay,
Again, you need depth in this league, and he's one of those perfect. He was huge for the Cavs last year.
we'll figure out the whole big man
Yeah,
thing later.
whatever.
Fine. What's this? Is Drummond coming back? Do you know?
No, he hasn't signed yet, but he said he's not devaluing himself because he feels like he's in his mid-20s. Like, I don't know what that means, but you're not coming back, bro.
I mean, he added the corner 3 to his game. You got to give him that. You know what I mean? He really did.
But
Now,
here's another year. We better not go in with no backup center again, because that's our Achilles heel. Every time we make it somewhere, it's like, oh, those minutes where we don't have Embiid on the floor, or those weeks or games that we don't have him on the
right.
floor, we have nothing.
Yeah.
Like right now, we have Adam Bona, and we just signed the backup from the Knicks, who played like 4 minutes in the finals, just because Mitchell Robinson was couldn't hit a free throw.
Yeah. It's a big problem. There's no doubt about it. Also, shout out though, Kelly Oubre, right? Listen, Meech, when he came here, you did. I remember specifically, you said this was your least favorite player in the NBA.
Yeah,
I feel like
he
you
was a
probably
total
changed
loser.
that.
I like him now. I thought
Right.
he was just one of those guys that went from losing team to losing team, and brought down. And he wasn't great. He's probably not a great fit for them to moving forward. I think it was good to separate from him. But I like that. Listen, I got nothing bad to say about Kelly Oubre. He played his ass off. He's a nice slasher.
Yeah. I thought he was a great fit because he's got a little bit more size, but he could still hit threes. He's super athletic, rebounder. I feel like you need guys like that. But there comes a certain point where other teams are giving him money, and there's only so much you can do. Now I
But he only
got
signed for 2 years and $17 million in the NBA. That's nothing. Like
what was he making here?
Had to be making more than $9 million a year. I'll tell you that.
Clearly, the new guys that came in were like, "We're going to turn the page here, bud. Thank you." If it's loud in the back, my son is microwaving pizza. This is what
All right.
happens when
Yeah.
you audible into the kitchen for
Is
the
it Mac and
podcast.
Manco or Preps?
No, it's actually Randazzo's,
Oh,
which
that's it. Yeah, it's
yeah,
nice,
I don't want to disparage anyone on the interwebs, but there's a lot of pizza options in New Jersey or in Ocean City. This one happens to be the closest and easiest for us to get, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. Now, Meech, I gotta ask you a question. I've been dying to ask you this. Phylon, okay? Can you help me with this Phylon, right?
Yes.
LeBaron?
LeBaron, like the Chrysler
Okay.
LeBaron. Yeah.
Okay, good. Great old
So
school
we could
car
have a
knowledge there.
LeBaron and a LeBron this year.
That would be something.
That would be fun.
That would be something. Now, I felt some sort of way about this, and I want to know how you felt. It's a stupid thing, but did you see the number he took?
00. I don't like it. I don't like 0.
Okay.
I don't like 00.
Now listen.
Get a number.
Listen. I don't like either of them.
Yeah.
But how can you have a 0 and a double zero on the same team?
It's stupid. I don't
That's
like
the
it.
same number. Am I
Yeah.
crazy here? Isn't that
That's
the
like
equivalent of having a
9 and
1?
09.
That's my point. Like,
Yeah.
somebody's got to step in here. This is
Well,
madness.
a ref can go 0 or double zero. That's why I don't know if you noticed, but you have to get special dispensation, I guess it's called, to get a number that's above 5 as your last digit. Because a ref, when they say like 15 or 14, like you hardly see like
17?
67. So
What about 17?
I think with
You got to go
see,
1, 7.
yeah, but like
Right?
Luca being 77, that's rare. It's usually not the second number, especially if the first number is above 5. The second number shouldn't be above 5. It's too hard for the refs to. Then it's like they're doing third base catcher signals with the score guy. But I know that's been a steadfast rule, but it's been broken so many times over the past 15. We got a new co-host. That cat had more appearances than most
Can
of
I
us.
tell you? We were in Philly yesterday, and we had come back up from Jersey, and we left our dog and cat down here with people, and we opened the door and didn't have to like block anybody. You know what I mean? And I didn't
Yeah.
have to worry about my cat. If you leave your water glass out, she'll get to it and drink from it with her paw. It's
Yeah,
just
see, I would not be able to deal with that on a day-to-day basis. God bless them.
it's tough,
God
man.
bless pet
I
owners who love their
love the
pets.
pets,
Yeah,
but at the same time, living without them seems so free, and I'm excited to try that at some point. Um, all right, so we clarified the 0 double zero thing. Can we move on from this? Maybe we should. We can come back to it. By the way, I wasn't even looking at the comments. Who's here?
I
Oh,
can't when
Squirrel's
I'm
here.
doing it on this iPad remote. I can't even see the comment. They don't even show up on my thing. Do I have to hit a certain
Mm,
button?
no, I don't know.
I don't know. I
It's a shame because I see Brad's here in the chat, and I literally was like, "Yo, Brad, I need you to come up to Mark's deck. He's not coming. I want you to be on the podcast with me." And then it just wasn't working, and so I couldn't, So he's gonna have to come on another time because I had him all set up, the Radical Squirrel, to come with me. Freaking technical
oh,
difficulties.
there.
Speaking of which,
I was
hopefully
this
that
I was this close to coming down there today because tomorrow I have a half a day, but I probably could have just logged on in the morning and signed in and then drove home and nobody would have known.
tickler.
But I
Listen,
didn't do it.
what Nietzsche, we got to talk about next week because I might have a whole place for you to stay and the whole thing. I'm gonna talk to you. I don't know what your
Yeah.
schedule's looking like, but we got to talk next week. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Meech, quick, we're gonna change the subject. Now listen, it's hard to change the subject when something like this happens, but we're gonna do it. And if anyone has questions or comments related to the Sixers and what's going on with Jaylen Brown, please let us know. We spent the first 18 minutes on it. We weren't planning on that. But we got to get to some things that are
Trey
percolating,
Turner
right?
3
And
run shot off Paul
did
Skeens.
he?
We're back,
See, okay,
baby.
and this is the problem.
Back,
And I got to
baby.
ask you a question. I got to ask you a question. Is it a violation on us to have the podcast when the Phillies are playing a game and Skeens and Wheeler are pitching?
No.
You're okay with it?
It's
Okay.
so easy to multitask and watch
Right.
a podcast while you're watching a game.
And by the way,
Like,
it's baseball.
I'm co-hosting a podcast and I just gave the information. Like, how hard is that?
That is beautiful. That is beautiful. All right, so we got
We're
a
up
Turner
5-0
shot.
on Skeens right now.
Listen, all right, let's go Phils. I see you got the U.S. soccer shirt on. We're going to get there, but let's go Phils here
This is
because
like the 2012 kit, I think. This is an old one.
you're so versatile, Meech. I have a lot of respect for you. I'm not as versatile as you are.
Thank you.
All right, so let's talk Phils. There was a time when we surmised that there may not be a representative from the All-Star game or from the Phillies in the All-Star game. I'm literally sitting with my dad yesterday talking to him, and I said, "How's this going to work?" And he said, "I think they have too many people. I don't think it's going to work." First question, you Meech. Do you have any idea how that works in terms of teams and how many they can have? Like, if you got
You can
8
have
guys,
you can have an unlimited amount as long as they're voted in or but I think I might be wrong, but I think it was St. Louis one year had the All-Star game and their fans are friggin' weirdos and they're nuts and they voted almost every starting position player into the All-Star game. I think they ended up only getting like 6 or 7, but they had most of their team as the starting All-Star guys. If you get voted in, like, I don't know how it is now. They might have changed it and done half fan vote, half online. Like, I don't know how it works. I remember going to the ballpark and punching the ballots with a pencil and handing them to the lady at the top of the steps, and she would collect
All
them.
right, let's wait. Let's just, I need to pause right there because somebody brought that up. And it's like, you know how you have stuff that like you completely, it left your brain and it
Yeah,
never would have came back. Mark brought it up and I remembered how ridiculous. This is the most analog thing that we have ever done as a
there's a
society. Okay.
0% chance that those votes were counted correctly.
I just want everybody who's listening to this who's old enough to remember. And I want to explain this to people who are not. You would be sitting at the baseball game. They would literally hand you what looked like a ballot. It was a ballot. It was a
Yeah,
ballot, a piece of paper, and it had a third baseman, and it had the names, and there were these little things, and you literally punched it
had to
physically. You
punch it
you
in,
punched it with a pencil or whatever it was, and then you
or you would
handed it
have to
in.
fold it like where the circle was, and then pull the back of the circle off if you didn't have a pen.
I mean, it was the most bizarre thing ever, and he would just do it, and they would collect them, and some there was probably somebody somewhere who was picking them up and going, "Oh, Turner, like how did they do that?" It was so crazy, and this is one of those areas where technology has definitely helped us, but I think we've, as always, we've gone way too far the other way because now we have phases to this meet. I sent you that thing earlier. Phase two, Bohm and Stott and Marsh. Yet Harper and Schwarber are not mentioned. I guess they must be phase one. We don't have to vote on them. I don't understand what's going on. People are voting 5 times a day. Like, how does this work? Does anybody know? I don't like. I'm not voting at all. I don't. I,
Right.
anytime people like vote
That's how
online, I'm
I'm
like,
treating it. I just
right.
won't.
Like when
I
they
just
say,
refuse to vote. Seems like a waste
right,
of
when they
time.
say vote online, and when they say you can vote 5 times or something, I'm like, I am out on this. This sounds like the biggest BS I've ever
Yeah.
heard. So here's what I know, right? Let's talk about who can and should be on the team. I don't understand why Bohm is being talked about, and maybe he got hot and I haven't been paying attention, and maybe that third base isn't just there's not a lot of guys doing well, but I can't really sit here and be like Bohm should be on the All Star team. What I know is this: Schwarber's on the All Star team. Harper has certainly played well enough. He's got what
But
20
I
home
don't think
runs.
Schwarber won't be the starting DH. I think because Otani beat him out.
Well, and that's fair, but he's obviously got to make the All
It's
Star
not
team.
really fair. He's having a much better year than Otani offensively as a
Yeah.
DH.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I hear you. But is Otani making it as a pitcher too?
No, because he's starting Friday, I think. So that takes him off. Because they said, here was one caveat: if he was going to make the team as a pitcher, he would have had to start because you couldn't have him bat and then warm up in the middle of a game as a pitcher. So he would have had to have
Okay.
started. But because he's not, that leaves
Listen,
it open for like
and by the
Sanchez.
way, people, we're watching. Like this is the like this guy is so good that he's creating these kind of issues. Do you know
Right.
what I mean? Like nobody ever thought we'd see anything like this, and that's why, to be honest with you, as good. And by the way, I'm very, very happy that Schwarber's doing what he's doing because I think we all thought when he signed. There was a very good chance that like last year was like the best he was going to do, and maybe he's getting a little older. To see him do what he's doing this year, you're like, damn, no, that is
I
him.
think, I don't think, but last year I said it might be better to just let him sign elsewhere because he's only a DH. We're going to pay him a lot. He's going to be old here. That was the dumbest thing I ever friggin' said. If he was doing this for another team right now, I would kill myself. Like, I would just off my stuff. It wouldn't be
Well,
fun.
thankfully he's not. We signed
Yeah,
him. I got
yeah.
like fruit flies up in my situation. So yes, all right. But we know he's making the team. Harper, um, you know, what
Should
like
make
I
it.
said, 20 home runs. I mean, this guy's out of his mind. And
He's
again,
killing
I don't
people.
know. I'm not looking at every player, the comparison, but he's got to make it, right?
Yeah.
We know Sanchez has got to make it, right?
Yep.
Wheeler has come on strong enough that he's also got to
They'll
make
make
it,
it.
right?
Marsh is a goddamn lock right now. He is
Right.
so good.
He is unbelievable, dude. But
He
also,
almost hit a homer to dead center off Skeens today. Missed it by like inches.
unbelievable. You got a Duran, right? Like
Yeah.
who's better than Duran?
Right.
He's got to make it. right? And then you got Stott, and I'm so happy to see him playing better because he was a guy who I just thought was like just a baseball player. I just thought
Yeah.
this guy's going to be like perennial. He's such a good fielder. So all these guys are coming around, and now Turner's even. It's ironic because it was the pitching that we were hanging our hat on early. We couldn't hit. Now we're hitting. Pitching's looking a little suspect.
Like I read
Um,
somewhere that Turner got rid of his leg kick about a week ago, and since then he's been on fire. He like had that high leg kick,
Dude,
and he got rid of it.
listen, it's crazy to me the way these guys they're so driven by the mechanics. But I guess look, when they're throwing pitches at you 98 miles an hour or something like that can make a huge damn difference, right? So I'm just glad we didn't
Plus,
have to give the guy another
hitting
standing
is just
ovation.
so much mental, dude. Like if you're in a slump, and it happens to everybody. I'm hoping he evens out because he's never been this bad in his life, Trey Turner. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's got to.
Baseball usually finds a way to even itself out by the end of the year. It's a great sport. That's why look at our April and look at the last month we had. It's night and day, and it's the same team basically. Different manager maybe. Derek Hill's been awesome. That catch he made against the Mets is one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. You're muted. No.
I know. I
Oh,
know. I was communicating with my family
yeah. How
discreetly.
dare you? How dare you communicate with your family during a podcast?
Yeah. But yeah, like, look, for a minute there, it was looking like it was going to be a bummer, right? We got the All-Star game here, and this team is looking like garbage. And now we're in a situation where they're firing on all cylinders. It looks like half the team's going to be playing, so you just can't be more excited about what's going on there.
By the way, I sold those World Cup tickets I had last week. Now I wish I would have got the All-Star, the Home Run Derby tickets.
Uh, did you get a nice return on them?
I got a little more than face value, which I wasn't. I had them listed for less than that, and then I took them off. I was like, you know what? I'll just take the Twins down. But I'm glad I was able to sell them because that was a shitload of money, man.
Yeah, those games are out of control. All right, so I want to talk about the All-Star game a little bit, but I think it's a good time to pivot since we started talking about the World Cup right there. Big game tonight, obviously. What have you thought, Meech, about the World Cup in Philly generally? Because I have not been in it. I haven't been to the Fan Fest, haven't been down to a game, but I've obviously seen online what's going on. Seems like it's been a really good thing for Philly, and I love seeing people from other countries coming into the city. I actually feel bad. I haven't been around enough to get in the mix with everybody, but have you had any interactions with anybody from other countries, or
Dude,
what are you thinking here?
I'm such a sad person. Like if we're being honest with each other. Again, I had tickets to the Ivory Coast Curacao game last Thursday, the 25th, and that would have been a great experience. But all I'm thinking about is, man, it's going to be $150 to park. It's going to take me forever to get out of there. If it's
Right.
a 0-0 game, the Twins are going to be bored out of their friggin' mind, like my twin 9-year-olds. I'm going to have to buy them Ivory Coast or Curacao jerseys when we get in there. So that's like this is what goes through my head. And then I'm like, I just want to sell these goddamn tickets because not only will I make the money back, but then I won't have to spend all this extra money. I even had tickets last Sunday to the FIFA Fan Fest down at Fairmount Park at Lemon. And I woke up that morning and I was like, I'm going to drive down there. I'm not going to be able to find parking. I'm going to end up parking somewhere and getting a $70 ticket. I'm going to be dehydrated all day, waiting in a line for 2 hours to get a goddamn FIFA bracelet for my kids that I don't even care about. And they'll leave on their dresser drawer 2 days from now and won't care about. And, like, I can't have fun anymore. I can't just be like, oh, this sounds like a great experience. Let me go enjoy it. In my head, this is all I think about anymore when I have some big event to go to. It's so sad and I'm not proud of it, but I can't seem to just enjoy myself. I'm so worried about all the extra shit that bothers me. I should probably see a psychiatrist about that, but you
No, I
asked
think
me.
these are no, but these are normal thoughts. These are normal feelings. I've had the very same ones, but I'm only FOMOing a little bit because I'm like, it would be pretty cool to be down
Yeah,
there at the.
I should be experiencing this stuff, and I should have like my kids experience it. Instead, I'm like, shit. I'd rather not. Like it's, I'll just take them to the swim club or to the park or something. It's much closer, and I don't have to wait in lines, and won't cost me a fortune. These are the kind of things you have to do when you have 5 children too. You have to really just pick and choose
Well, I
what.
mean, look, having 5 children is your out right there. I mean, I'm with you. I'm like, if I could go down there and like if people from Brazil were like, "Are you from Philadelphia? I love you." And like, yes, I'm
Yeah,
from Philadelphia. Like that would be
high
fun.
fives.
But
Yeah,
but by the way, in our defense, Meech, nobody's doing us any favors. When I drive on the highway and it says Philadelphia World Cup, make your plans, plan ahead. I'm like, oh no, like
yeah.
this is too much. I can't do this. Like I'm scared. And then the fan fest, I'm seeing these things online. It's like 50,000 people, more than any other city. I'm like, this is going to be a disaster. I don't think this is good. So I'm with you, man. Like, I'm considering all of those things. And this weekend, July 4th, right? Eliminate. This is the second round, right? This is a big deal. What is it? Paraguay versus France, I think, right?
France, and it
That's a
would have been
huge
France
game.
versus Germany, which would have like the city would have friggin' exploded. But when Germany lost, all the Germans listed their tickets for sale and went back home. Like I've
Look,
seen it in real time. Magawan, dude I
can I
follow
be
on
honest
Twitter,
with you? Can I be
was
honest
showing
with
the
you?
ticket prices.
I'm reluctant to say this, but I feel like I got to be honest. Somebody offered me tickets to the game on July 4th, and I said I can't go. It's gonna be 98 degrees,
Yeah,
Meech.
listen, man, my
98.
my buddy owns a beer distributor, and Mick Ultra, who's like one of the big sponsors of this, gave him 4 tickets for July 4th, and he's got twin girls too who are big into soccer, so he's probably going to take them and his wife. But I was thinking to myself, like, I think I'd rather go to my sister-in-law's house on July 4th and for a little party. Like that's fun to me. Like,
It raised a larger issue with me because you know we this episode. Let me see if I can get
and
this.
I really do hate admitting how
Okay.
lame that is and how lame I've become. But I'm almost 50. I mean, well, you can't blame me. If I was 24, I'd be down there every day, probably going to bars with all the Germans and the Brazilians. And I picked my
Right.
wife had an engagement at the um, Union League on Broad Street when
Hmm.
Brazil was playing here a few weeks ago, and I drove down to pick her up afterwards, some work function, and the street, it's like a 10:30, 11 o'clock. Street is filled with people in Brazil flags carrying them in Brazil
Yeah,
jerseys. It was just so cool to
it's
see.
awesome.
Yeah, I
See,
love it.
that's what I was asking. I didn't know if you got in the mix with all that.
No,
20-year-old
like
us would have been like,
that's
"Let's
the
go."
closest I got to the mix.
Right.
Like,
50-year-old you was like, I gotta get out
yeah.
of here. All
Well,
right. But I
I'm
feel
envious. I wish I could partake and have fun, but my
I feel kind of bad because I did like um I called this episode A City on Fire, and it's all about all these great things happening in Philly, yet I
I didn't see
routinely.
that photo before
Just
again.
you see
That
that?
march with the
Yeah.
beard on fire. That's great right
Do you like that?
there. I
You
do
like
like it.
that? I mean, this is honestly the most low level graphic design that you will ever see. But yes, turning Marsh's beard into a fire is special. It's
It's
something
like
that
the
only a
burning
few people
bush.
would do. Exactly. So, but I feel kind of bad because I said, "Oh, a city on fire in Philly, everything's going so great." But honestly, I left town because it's too damn hot. If you go to the beach, by the time I got to the beach, it was 92. It went from whatever it was to 92, and then I walked up to the beach, 15-mile-an-hour wind onshore. We're talking like 85, dude. That's
Yeah.
a crucial difference. You know what I'm saying? Mark just walked in. Mark, you know how the technology works? Because you being here, it doesn't. Here, come here, come here. Look, he just walked in. He's got this grin on his face, you know. But like him being here, it doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? I
What's
mean, I
up,
guess
Mark?
hypothetically, look, he's got the USA. Go to your house and turn it on and jump in. That's the best way to do this. I love you. I'll see you on the deck. Clean up all the crap that I put up there. Oh my gosh. Dude, wait until he sees. I had like everything set up there at Meach. By the way, the wind was like 30 miles an hour. I have his TV like buckled in and like my camera's up there and all this is still set up and I got to go break it down.
It
Anyway,
would have been
wait,
funny if you did it from there and then everything just blew off the deck.
dude, it might have. It was not well thought out, but I actually I see Rocky is here and we were just kind of just going. So I'm gonna have to bring him in. And he once again is in his chateau here. Rocky.
What's up, fellas?
What's happening?
What's
bro?
up?
I hate to break up your little date you guys had going on there, but I had to hop in, you know.
It was like a hinge date in COVID. Over
It's like one of those dates I see online every now and then. It's like a guy talking to a girl who knows where she's at, but they're like both on a computer screen. It's like the first time they ever met. You know what I'm talking about? You know, you see those things? Whatever. Anyway,
Not really, but I'll go with it, bro.
yeah,
That's
let's just go with it.
That's
What do
hurtful
you mean
that
it's
you
hurtful?
compared this to that. Oh, so you thought it was nice that we had good synergy, like a
Yeah, it was good. It was
couple.
good. I was just taking it in. I came in like I guess right when you guys finished talking about the big deal the Sixers made. So I missed all your basketball talk. So
Yeah, can we get your expertise
Yeah, that's what I
on
was
it?
gonna
Right?
say. You Rocky B-ball. Can you give us like what was
I
your
mean,
first reaction?
my first reaction is this is it April 1st? Because this must be a joke, right? So it's like, no, it's July 1st, not April 1st. It's a miracle that they got rid of Paul George, you know what I mean? For a player of Jaylen Brown's caliber. Like, yeah, they gave up some picks or whatever, but they still got picks and the Sixers got better. I'll tell you, I don't know what Boston's doing. I don't know if him and Jason Tatum have some beef, but they got better. And this new GM, I was questioning them this morning when I heard they picked up Billy Dean,
Wade.
whatever.
D Wade,
Yeah,
we got.
D Wade.
We're trying to reunite LeBron and D Wade.
Yeah, and I'm like, I watch a good amount of hoops, and I'm like, I have never heard of this stiff before in my life. And like,
Come on, man, he's a good player.
I look him up, and he's like, you know, he's a defensive guy, but I'm like, this dude's career averages is 4 and 5. Like, he's supposed to be a spot up shooter. I'm like, he can't be that big of a spot up shooter. He's only averaging 5 points.
I feel like the fact that he's a white guy is playing into this a little bit.
I mean, that had a little bit into it too. And he's like, I looked up his highlights. He's looking a little stiff out there. But
wait, can we just say this real quick? If it's a guy that you've never heard of and he's white, that is not a good thing.
That's a little that's troubling, you know.
Put that graphic back up because Marsh just friggin' homer. He's on fire.
Wait, here we go.
Put the graphic. There he is. There's my guy.
Yeah.
He just friggin'
Oh my god!
off his scheme. This would have been his second off his schemes.
The fire beard is good work, though, Jazz. That is good work. Wait, that fire beard.
I should have just made the whole picture, Marsh, with the fire beard. My bad. It was the whole team.
But then, yeah. So anyway, then like I hear later in the day that my boy Tsunami Poppy signed with the Pacers on a shorter deal for less money, and I'm like, all right, what's this GM doing? You know, like, you know, Kelly Oubre's no superstar, but I'm, you know, he's a proven player, and I know who he is, and he can put the ball in the hole and he can defend, you know. And then this news came out later today, and I'm like, oh shit, wow, like we got one of the best players in the NBA. If like, you know, he's probably the highest paid or the second highest paid player in the NBA, which is that's none of my business. I don't care how that stuff works in the background, but the dude's he's an all-star. He's a superstar. And then
wait, real quick. Speaking of Kelly Oubre, my daughter desperately wants to show. Look at this. You guys see this? We got a little
blue?
Kelly Oubre. Yeah, we got a little Kelly Oubre.
She's got to curl that up and get it in a big afro. Like, you know, that's what I'm trying to grow mine out like that.
If it was Kelly Oubre, half of it would be blue. You know what I mean? You got to work on that. Come back and see us.
Yeah.
Thanks for the cameo, Russ.
So then what about this, right? What if LeBron wants to come play here?
That's what we said.
Were you guys talking about that?
D Wade and LeBron. Yes.
I mean, like,
is there a better situation in the NBA?
They're chasing championship. Like he's at this point in his career, he's chasing championships, right? Like, and where else can you go?
Battle with the West Coast teams,
exactly.
San Antonio with OKC. No,
could you imagine that starting five would be insane, man? That would be an insane starting five if we had
crazy.
And then you got this rookie who looks very promising on offense coming off the bench. Come on, Bron. Come on, man.
Yo. I heard he was looking at schools in Lower Merion today.
I think Bronny's past that stage. Maybe for the daughter. I don't know. Who knows? I got a question though. I was just listening, and Mish, how much did you sell those soccer tickets for?
for pretty much face value. I got 4
Are you serious?
tickets. 4 tickets cost me almost $2,000.
What?
Yeah. So
FIFA is just
getting
criminals.
face value back is still doing pretty good.
I thought that you were selling them for a $2,000 a piece. From what I hear, like these tickets are going for crazy prices.
I had the worst game of the tournament pretty much. I had the only game. Like Ivory Coast and Curacao, they're the 2 smallest countries. You get Germany. There's Germans in Philadelphia that will buy the tickets. Then there's Germans will fly here. Like, Curacao and Ivory Coast, you might have like 100 people come from the
right.
I mean, it's not as plentiful as
Right,
I can't lie. Have you guys been watching at all this soccer?
I think I've watched every second of every game.
It's been pretty entertaining. It's been pretty entertaining, man. Like wait.
Can I be honest? I have not watched much at all, and I've been like scrambling around, and then I like see the highlights. I'm like, damn, that looks awesome. I missed that. So tonight I'm locking in. This is good. And by the way, we got to bring on. Hold on.
I was at the swim
hold on. We got to bring on this guy. He's on the deck. Now let's see if the internet's working well enough for him. If it's not, I'm gonna cut him right away. Here he is. Soccer Mark. Oh, it's Pele. Mark, it is so windy, dude. How's your tech up?
It's like 8,000 degrees in Philadelphia. This breeze feels amazing.
Yeah, see, it's windy up there though, isn't it, buddy?
A little windy. It's a little windy. The TV signal's looking pretty solid though. That's all I'm worried about.
That's all that matters.
I'm a little disappointed when neither of you ball guys put the black shoe polish on your head to celebrate this this trade.
Now, hold on.
Carlos Boozer.
Well, listen, I'm going to stop for a second because, like, I don't understand what you meant. Do you mean like because he puts shoe polish in his hair, right? Is that what you meant?
Yeah. You've seen that whole thing.
Didn't you see his hair was rubbing off on people's jerseys?
Did. Yeah. Have you ever heard of the whole like blackface thing? Like, do you? Think
but that's different. It's just hair, man. It's just hair. You know, I authorized it, so you would have been good. You guys.
We'll tell the
as
internet.
I'm getting canceled, like I was like, but Rocky said to do it.
No, it wasn't. You're talking about hair, man. We're just talking hair. We're not talking about come out and full on vaudeville, like that kind of shit. Talking about just put it on your head.
So I just put a little. I mean, think about what you're saying here. By the way, to everyone who's listening or watching, Rock was suggesting that in honor of the Jaylen Brown trade, one of the bald guys should put shoe polish on his head. And I'm just trying to figure out how we would actually put that into practice. That was all that we were trying to figure out here. So anyway, we digress. Now, Mark, you, unlike the rest of us, have actually been to a World Cup game. So we would love to hear your experience. We were just talking about seeing you got a hat. That's the least shocking thing ever. Mark,
they sell those hats at CVS, dude. I've seen those at CVS.
Okay.
They're not $49.99 at CVS.
Listen, by the way, Meech, you know when you're like, man, it's going to cost me this much to go, and I'm going to buy this much stuff for my kids, and all this, Mark's like, I'm pushing through, baby.
Yeah, see,
how did it go, Mark?
Mark has the right attitude with that shit. He goes to everything. I wish I had it. It's something that it's come on since I've gotten older. I was not always like this. I'm usually down for whatever, but there's some things where I'm just like, you know what? It seems like too much going on, and I would rather just not do it. It's
fair.
A bad attitude to have. But.
No, it's fair. I think it's fair.
When's the next time you're going to have to be able to go down and go see a World Cup game, though? You got
never.
Never.
So.
Which is why I went.
Because it might come back when I'm 70, and if I don't want to do it when I'm 47,
Mark,
I sure as shit don't want to do it when
now,
I'm
hold
70.
on. Mark, did you hear the part where I admitted that I passed on tickets to the game on Saturday? Did you hear that part?
This Saturday.
Correct.
Wow. You know, I didn't hear that, but I got to say that, like, it was funny. We played the 50-50 at the Phillies game on Monday night, and Ben goes, if we win, we should go to the soccer game on Saturday. And my first reaction was, Ben, the shore is pretty special on July 4th weekend. Like, I don't know that I'd want to leave the shore to go to the FIFA match. So I hear, like, I'm not going to give you a hard time. I'm not surprised. I think if it was any other day, you probably would not have passed, is my guess.
Listen, the truth is, to your point, I feel bad, and this is kind of like related to the Meech whole, like, I won't go to things or whatever. Like, the whole July 4th in Philly thing, it's always hot. I know it's super crowded. Like I'm trying to kind of get away from that anyway. And my whole family's down here. And if it wasn't going to be 98 degrees, that was a big factor in my decision. I was just like, yo.
And I swear.
But listen,
That
and we all
98
know
degrees?
this. You're right. Maybe. We
No,
all
I
know
don't think it
this.
is.
Going anywhere on July 4th is hard enough. Like if you try to come in and out of like Ocean City or somewhere during July 4th, it's madness. And I'm thinking, how am I going to get there? How am I going to get back? It's going to be 98 degrees. I feel bad, but you know what? Hey, I'll be here with my fam and you, buddy, and we're going to throw a nice big party. We're going to pop up your tent, all of our tailgate stuff. If you guys
You know how
can make
many
it down,
you know how many
Welcome to
people
come
around the
down.
world would kill somebody to go see who's I guess he's probably the best soccer player in the world right now. You know what I mean?
End up being the best soccer player of all time.
In a World Cup game,
okay.
you're just
So
turning it
Rocky,
down.
that's why I went to the
man.
France game.
Because you're
Ben
too
really
lazy
wanted
to
go.
No, but that's
And
not
he loved
me.
Mbappe. And I gotta say, in person, that guy was so unbelievable. Like he's so fast with the ball. He's faster with the ball than all the other guys chasing him that don't have the ball. I mean, it's unbelievable. And it was it really I can say it was worth it. 150%. I haven't regretted it in the least. I'm not saying that it's for everyone. Like I've been a big soccer fan for my whole life. So like
Dude,
I think
if my tickets were to see Mbappe, I would have went. Just for the fact that it's like a generational. I mean, he's going to go down as the best ever. I think he's one goal behind the leading scorer of all time in a World Cup, and he's in his third World Cup. Like he's probably got 2 or 3 more easy.
And
if your
you know
tickets
what
were-
you know what I
have
messaged
watched-
you the next day. The day after I go to the game, I message Meech and I go, "Yo, do you still have those tickets available for Thursday?" Because it was so amazing
See?
that I
There it
was
is.
like, "Oh, I might be in town now Thursday." I wasn't sure. Sort of a sad story why I was going to end up back in town, but I was looking like I was going to be back in town, and I was like, "Oh, I wonder if Meech still has those tickets." And I was going to convince you that like we should go together because I was like, "You will love this," you know.
I would have went if I didn't have to eat the price of all 4 tickets. You know what I mean?
But listen, Rock, you say, oh, there's people all around the world that would die to go to this. You know how many football games I've watched from start to finish in my entire life? Maybe a couple, maybe. So I shouldn't be there anyway. Someone else is going to get to use those tickets. They're going to have the time of their life. I'm going to have a good time. I'll watch the game tonight. US, let's go, baby. I'll jump on the bandwagon. I'm happy to. But you know what? Trying to get in there 98 degrees when somebody else can go. I'm doing the right thing here. I feel good about it. I don't need to explain myself any further. Thank you very much.
First world problems, man. There's a poor
That's for sure.
kid out in France who's
That's got nothing to do
crying his
with
eyes
me.
out right
These
now,
weren't
man.
my tickets. These weren't my tickets. You know, that's got nothing to do. Don't put that on me. All right. Don't put the world's problems on me. It's not fair to do. Appreciate you just not doing that. All right.
That
All
might
right,
have
so
inspired
we're gonna watch it.
Dean to go start kicking the soccer ball. He could have been the next.
That's the
Mbappe.
last thing I need. No, I do not need another sport. Okay, please. I do not need that. Keep him away from soccer. I know what soccer's like, those Nazis year round with that crap. I'm out. I've always have been, and I will remain.
Dude,
Right?
did you see those soccer contracts though, man? These soccer players get ridiculous contracts, man.
Wait,
Insane.
can we talk about something that might be one of the most generational phenomenons of culture?
You talking about the Tay-Tay wedding at Madison Square Garden this weekend?
I'm not. Although that's interesting. I'm talking
The
about
what
the
wedding?
fact that
I'm sorry.
Taylor
It was a bad
Swift.
joke. Taylor Swift and Travis
Wait,
Kelce.
Rock,
That's
you're
okay.
joking. I
married
hope.
at Madison
okay.
Square Garden this weekend.
yeah.
I'm not joking. I don't know who Tay-Tay is.
Taylor Swift. I mean, listen.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
like her,
Okay.
but I
Well,
know
then-
that's her nickname.
So
Sorry.
that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is a guy who I've realized is going to be filthy rich no matter what he does, whether it's broadcasting, YouTube, and that is my man, Jameis Winston. Because somehow, some way,
Oh, yeah.
amidst all of this,
Oh, yeah.
Jameis Winston has immersed himself. And I don't know who Jameis Winston's representatives are, but they are very good at what they do. Because they're like, Jameis Winston, you know what you need to do? You need to go get in the middle of the people from Norway and like row with them after Like this guy, I don't know what he's doing, but
he's just a likable dude.
He's eating W's for the World Cup. I'm like, this guy is going to have.
See him picking up the garbage with the Japanese fans?
Yeah,
I didn't.
Yeah, so I don't know if you know this about the Japanese players, because it's like in their culture and in how they play baseball, like everything's very orderly. So when they leave the locker rooms after the games, like at MetLife or wherever, they clean the entire locker room. They fold all the towels. It's like spotless when the workers come in. So their fans go around the stadium after they play, picking up all the garbage. And of course, Jameis was helping them do it. It's like they know no other way than to like leave where they've been.
Well, have they ever seen what's left after someone eats peanuts? Because that, you can't even clean that crap up. You know what I mean? Should be illegal. No peanuts at the game.
Shout out to Japan, but they pay people to do that shit. Like, come on, man.
It must be sweet though.
Like,
imagine having kids in Japan.
That's cool.
They actually do stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
like, I don't know.
Now,
Jesse, before we go, and not that we need to leave, I need Meech's advice on a World Cup related shopping item.
Yeah.
So I was at the game, and of course, you're going to get a souvenir, and the official game World Cup ball is like all been once, and we ran into one of his buddies. His buddy's getting a jersey, and I'm like. And it's like, oh, the ball's too expensive. The ball's $180.
What?
The official game ball. And the jerseys are like $120. He's like, I don't want to get the ball. It's too expensive. And this woman actually came up to me and she goes, you really raised your son right. He like came over to you and was like, I don't want to buy this. It's too expensive. And I said, yeah, but I think he's going to end up buying it. And she's like, yeah, just that he's pausing is good. And anyway, long story short, I said, listen, you'll outgrow the jersey for an extra $60. Like, get the ball. That's what you really want. So we get the ball, get it home. I pump it up. An hour later, it's flat. Pump it up again. An hour later, it's flat.
You got FIFA took you, bro.
So you can't return it because I bought it in the stadium. But they sell the same balls at a, local national chain of stores.
Dick's.
Would you, Mike Meach, do you think there's anything wrong with me going and buying another ball, putting the ball I already bought back in the packaging, and then returning the one that will not stay inflated, given that ultimately this is all...
Do you know who you're asking?
Mark, you're such a better man than me, because I would not ask anybody. I would just friggin' do it. First of all, are you going to bankrupt Dick's Sporting Goods? No, they're going to get the ball. Someone else is going to buy that. They're going to return it, and it'll be fine. Do it. Buy a new ball. Take it. Because, you know what? I probably shouldn't admit this, but the Sports Authority doesn't even exist anymore. Back in the day, I used to go to the Sports Authority to buy a basketball, and I'd get like the $9.99 basketball that was in the thing. I'd take it out, and dribble it, pretend and then I'd take out the official NBA ball, and I'd pretend I'm dribbling, and then I'd switch them. And I'd go up to the lady behind the counter who had no idea what the difference was between a $9.99 ball and a $79.99 ball. And I would get...
Dude, that's just called being entrepreneurial.
I used to do this all the time. And then I used to leave the ball places. I'd forget. I'd be like, just go back to Sports Authority and get a new one. They're friggin' idiots over there. Absolutely do it, Mark. 100%. Because you're not even doing anything wrong.
They're all mega corporations.
That story, that was theft that I just told. You wouldn't be stealing anything. It's a legit return. And you were done wrong. You paid $180 for a ball that won't pump up.
Yeah, it's so much money.
I'd go back down to the stadium if I had to, but absolutely,
you can't get in there. Like Dick's. It's not like the pro shop. It's not open. I looked, and it's like no. I'd have to buy a ticket to a game and then go in, and they'd probably be like, "Sir, you can't bring that ball in."
Mark, you're such a better person than me for even asking this. I wouldn't have hesitated, and I would have already done it 2 days ago.
All right, listen.
I 100% agree, Mark, but just check the return policy on those limited edition items, man.
There's no return policy when you get something at the game.
If you go there and say this ball is
flat,
no, I'm talking about it. I'm talking about from Dick's.
Yeah. If you go
what if that one's flat too?
Defective, they'll return it.
I don't know, man.
All
Some
right.
of these limited edition items are no return,
Now,
no matter
a couple
what.
things real
But
quick.
and here's the other thing you could do, Mark. You can get him a replica ball for like $40 or $50, right?
I think they're 45.
It looks
yeah.
the same goddamn. Like if he's going to play with it, you might as well just get the replica.
even better.
He's not
Yeah.
messy.
Although
I
you'd have to
I got
pay
my
for
kids
that.
the mini one that you like
Six
juggle
ones.
with. I think
Yeah,
it was
I know.
like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
25, $30, something like that.
Guess what? I didn't get my kid anything because I didn't go to this crap. I didn't
And
barely
I got them
acknowledge it.
I got them the binders with the sticker, like the sticker books with the stickers. They love those.
Oh, you're all in deep on this. Okay, here's what I got to ask though. Since Mark joined late, and he already was proclaiming that he had won because he didn't give up on the Sixers and he kept his tickets. So I got to feel like, Mark, when you see the trade come through, how do you feel that you kept riding with the Sixers and now you have tickets and maybe everyone's going to want to go with you? How do you feel about that?
Honestly, the first thing I thought of is like, wow, there's a reason to go to the games. I mean, that's honestly the first thought in my head. I didn't even analyze whether it was a good trade, a bad trade, what picks it was, how old he is, if he's got a, herniated disc we don't know about, like any of that. I just was like, people are going to want to go to the games. This is a good thing.
Beautiful. Well, I'll go because I do want to see Jaylen Brown like when we get a chance. If first couple games, if you have
know,
access.
I'll go.
No, but Rock,
Man,
I
They're
feel
lining
like
up.
you know
You got to take
maybe
my tickets
if I'm
to
not
the
available.
Phillies day game tomorrow. Sit in 104-degree weather.
Yo, listen, you should go to that game with a frying pan and an egg and see
Yep.
if you can fry it on your lap.
We got a couple minutes left before the game starts. I kind of want to watch it. Can I tell a quick Mac McClung story this week? That
If you're going to tell a story,
Please.
we're going to let you do it. Let's
not,
solo
it's
them
not
up for
long,
this.
but it's pretty cool. All right, my kids had the twins had a camp this week at Holy Family College, Holy Family University now because they have housing, but it's right around the corner from my house. So it was Monday morning. So my wife drops them off. My son Vinny is wearing a Delaware Blue Coats Mac McClung jersey, right? So one of the organizers comes up to him. He goes, "Yo, Mac McClung's going to come to this today to help teach the kids." He's like, "No way," right? So anyway, he gets stuck in McClung and he couldn't make it, and he wasn't going to get there till like 1:00. But they took a picture of my son's jersey and we're going to show Mac McClung. So in the meantime, my wife emailed because he didn't tell her when she picked him up, like, "Hey, Mac McClung's coming." Otherwise, we would have went in there and been like, "Yo, can he maybe meet him later or something?" So my wife sent an email and he's like, "Yo, if he comes back, let us know." Because we have another Sixers Mac McClung jersey too. So both of the twins could have wore a Mac McClung jersey to meet him, which would have been pretty damn cool. You know what I mean? And the coach never got back to my wife until the next day, but he was there for like 3 hours. And my sons missed out on it. But what are the chances that he wore a Blue Coats Mac McClung jersey to a one-day basketball camp that was unannounced Mac McClung was supposed to show up at, but didn't?
H, I'm just going to be honest with you because I feel like I got to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I just thought that was
I
going to be a
appreciate
better
it.
story than it turned out to be. Like I thought, there's something
I
funny
thought it was a
that
pretty good
happened.
story.
Like this is a bummer.
There's no child on the planet who has a Delaware Blue Coats Mac McClung jersey.
Well, I was going to say that's the only one that exists.
Insane coincidence.
Wait, but isn't the story here that the Sixers got rid of the dude that was on the Spurs championship team just so they could sign Mac McClung for the dunk contest?
Between me and you, if they kept that dude, they would have gotten rid of him before then, and like he would have never stayed here. Champagne.
We'll probably never hear about that guy again. What do you think?
And he would have
He was starting.
He just got re-signed. He's got a new deal.
Did he?
Yeah.
All right. Well, then it's even more of an issue. But okay, props to you and your son for having the OG Mac McClung jerseys. I mean, you have 17 Mac McClung bobbleheads. I know that because you bring them to the holiday white elephant thing. Do you still have more of the Mac McClung?
I brought one.
You brought one. All right. You have an endless amount of McClung gear. There's no doubt. No doubt about that. Okay. Mark, here's the last thing that I wanted to get to before we go.
Yeah, this game just kicked off.
All right. I want to tell these guys this story.
It is called a kickoff, by the way.
Is that right? They kick it off?
Yeah.
Meech, we went to a Phillies game with some of our buddies last week. Okay, we're hanging out beforehand in the parking lot, having a couple beers, whatever. We get into the game, all psyched up for the game. There's sitting there, and something happens, and I'm clapping. Guy in front of me turns around and goes, "I'll give you $20 not to clap in my ear again."
What?
Yeah.
I would have taken his
Literally.
$20 and then clapped for the rest of the fucking game.
And he's wait,
I'd have been like,
well, he's sitting there with his wife and 2 kids, and I can see. You ever been in that situation? I have a lot where your parents, specifically your dad, says something, and you're like, "Oh," you know what I mean? Like, it was just as soon as the words came out of his mouth, I feel like he was like, that was a mistake. Mainly because I have to give myself a little credit here, because it's probably half of the population would have just wanted to fight this guy immediately, right? I mean, that's like as big a thing as
I
you
would have been
say.
so sarcastic to him. I wouldn't have,
Honestly,
fight him. But
my reaction messed him up even more, because I was like stunned that someone would even say that. And I was like that me clapping at a Phillies game annoyed you enough that you would say something like that to me. And I will say, Mark, I think maybe you might need to mute. You're making some loud noises there. Sometimes you get that, that really, maybe I was doing that, but
were you like one of those annoying type, like Charlie Doyle, like being crazy loud, clapping, and was this
Mark,
guy?
You can attest. This was at the very beginning.
It was a normal, and I think Jesse did say to him, "I have been told that I have a great clap."
Well, I started to kind of play into it a little bit, but the guy, he started he felt uncomfortable, and the way I played at his family,
go to Phillies games.
I'm just saying,
what the hell is this guy's problem, man? Like, I can see when you have those fans who are like over the top yelling all the time, and you're just like, all right, we get it.
This was very early in the game. I feel like was he the opposing wearing the opposing team's jersey?
No, he's a Phillies fan, and this was not like a "you're too drunk" thing. It was like literally like, "Why are you clapping in my ear?" At a baseball game.
Like, it's shocking someone behind you would be clapping. That wasn't like right in the guy's ear. I mean, it was just, I give myself credit.
Bastard, man.
Was
he a big guy? Was he a big dude?
He was chunky, I think, if I recall correctly, Mark. He was a little chunky. Yeah.
Like, did you think you could take him?
It's funny. The crazy thing is, he
didn't say it in a like, "I'm gonna kick your ass" kind of way. He said it in a like, "You're super annoying. Will you stop clapping?"
Yeah, he said it in like an irritated kind of way. The truth is, I would have just.
That's so corny. Sorry, I had to go turn the game on, but I was listening. It's just corny, man. Like,
I would tell that dude to fuck off. I would have just been like, you know what, fuck off.
What if there's a home run and everyone's like, fuck you?
But
dude.
like, the funny thing is, like, I was just like, I was like shocked, and I didn't even really react. And I think at that point he realized like how much of an idiot he was being. But we've discussed different interactions at games over the course of our time. We started with that back in the day when I told people that you shouldn't be wearing sandals to sports games, which is something I stand by. We should revisit a lot of that. I was recently in a suite, and it reminded me of the conversation we had about how to approach like food when it's put out for you and what you're going to eat. I think times have changed since we last got into that. But anyway, look, a lot of good stuff. This turned into somewhat of the Jaylen Brown episode, which was great. That was fun. Good timing for us.
I think Jaylen would be proud.
Next episode is going to be a LeBron episode, man. You can talk about how we got LeBron.
Rock, before you joined us, he came up with the theory, I guess, but Boston and Philadelphia swapped their head cases named Brown.
AJ Brown for Jaylen Brown.
And we took
got it.
And somehow Diana Rossini was involved. We just haven't figured it out yet. But no, the truth is there's so much good stuff going on. A lot of good stuff happening over the next couple weeks. And, I'm happy that we finally got back together, fellas, and I look forward to catching up with you. And there's potential. There's a potential for the Shore episode next week. I will divulge details. But yeah, for tonight, go U.S. Listen, I didn't mean to minimize the World Cup. I hope everybody enjoys it, has a great time. Mark, I'll be up on the deck shortly, and love you guys, and we'll talk soon. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Later,
Go
boys.
Birds.
Go
Let's
USA.
get a W. Let's get a W.
Let's go.